found a way to make a living, hang out with your kids, and live in paradise, right? I mean, that's not nothing.
A lot of people, when they come to me, there's all these built-in assumptions about things they have to do. So everybody's told them they got to have, this and the website, and they got to do this, and they got to contact this many people and do those things. But for the
Are you
most
talking
part,
as an agency owner, or are you talking about as an end user?
yeah, I mean, I think as an agency owner,
No, as an agent, look, so an agency owner, I'm the accidental agency in a lot of ways. I mean, I met you in the legal space back in the day, and basically, I was running a law firm and doing the digital myself because I didn't see anybody out there that I loved how they did it. And my team internally over the better part of a decade started to want opportunities that I couldn't give them as an in-house person. When you're in-house, you sort of limitations on what you're willing to pay because it's coming off the bottom line. And realized, I could replicate what I did for Price Benowitz for law firms, which, started with one or two, now several hundred around the country. So I think at the end of the day, and I tell this to people, whether it's a job interview or whether it's digital agency, if you solve somebody's problem, you'll make money. So if somebody needs clients as an end user, as the law firm, as the plumber, as the anything, and you're able to put clients in their lap, you're going to end up making money because they're going to pay you to solve their problem of needing clients. No different than when I talk to people who need a job, where I'm like, look, it's one thing to say, hey, I need a job, but the other is, hey, I'm going to solve your problem. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z that's going to make you money. People are going to listen as an employer. Similarly, if you're an agency and you want to sell into a market, the question is, what is their issue? Can you get people to find them who've never heard of them before? Is it something where they need to be positioned so that their reputation is good despite nonsense going on at their firm? Whatever it is, your job is to figure out their pain point and solve for that. And if you do that, you'll be successful.
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking about that. That's one of the things I love about you, because as you mentioned, like we've been to a lot of conferences and stuff together, and many times spoken on the same stages. And some of those speakers are like super charismatic, and they're like, it to me, like not that you're not charismatic, but they're like a Tony Robbins hype event, where they're like, and you are very much like nuts and bolts, like solving problems. Here's what matters to Google. Here's how to stay top of mind. And I think it's really, really useful for the folks that in some ways are like introverts that think like, oh, I have to like, be this jacked up, I'm going to grow your business, blah, blah, blah. And you very much really just talk about exactly like you just described, which I've seen you do probably 50 times, is just like, these are the problems. This is how we're solving them. This is what's working. This is what you need to do. Here's a checklist from start to finish. And if you want my help, I'd love to hear your thoughts just on how you like put that.
I mean, look, I think you've summarized something that I believe in deeply, which is you got to be yourself. We all do what we like to do. You found a way to make a living, hang out with your kids, and live in paradise, right? I mean, that's not nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody, I love traveling, meeting new people, hanging out with friends, eating good food. And I found a lifestyle that allows me to do that and make a buck at the same time. Yeah. So, there are people that are rah. That is not me. In fact, it's always the sizzle that scares me, because I'm like, if that sizzle is there, what am I being distracted from?
Yeah, totally.
And so to me, like, I think you dance with what you got. If you're great at sizzle, do sizzle. There's money to be made there. If you're great at substance, it's great there. If you're able to put together a portfolio of organizations and assets that allow you to work from the beach with your family, then do it. I think if you go into the lane that you're genuine with, you're going to do a lot better than if you try to pretend you're something you're not. I mean, people can see something's disingenuous from a mile away. So if I tried to be Mr. Hype Man, I don't think it's going to work. And I think people would see through it. Yeah. That I sort of like go with the idea that for me, like when I go to a conference, when I go to a lot of conferences, I met you at a conference way back, but I'm looking at what takeaways do I get? What have I learned that's going to make me better? Similar to what I just talked about. Yeah. What are the takeaways that I can bring back to my office and make money? If I have those, it's a successful conference. My rule, write down everything I've met and saw at a conference, circle the ideas or star them, make a list of 10 on the plane. Which 3 are you going to hit short term, 3 medium term, and 4 may need to wait? And by doing that, I feel like it's similar to, as an agency owner, figuring out what is that zone. I just saw something really cool with Josh Nelson's conference, where there was a guy who had figured out in the lawn care space how to do, I think, more than just digital marketing, but actually essentially act as a business consultant for upsells, for retargeting, for looking at prospects in a whole different way than just, hey, the prospects are there, good luck. And to me, this guy, I think, was 1/3 SEO or digital marketer and 2/3 business ops runner. But like if he came to those people and said, I'm going to sell you a consultancy, they'd run the other way. But if he says, hey, I'm going to get you digital marketing and this is my methodology and follow these rules, he is so good and so convincing. I'm like, hey, where do I sign up? I mean, so the idea is figure out what you have as that skill and passion, and then put that together in a way that the audience sees adds value. Because if this guy just said, hey, I'm doing your marketing, he's charging way outside market rates. But the way he has packaged it and bundled it with all these other areas, I'm like, it was genius because he's figured out that it's not just about getting the phone to ring, but what do you do with that when it rings? Obviously, we know that from the legal space, but secondarily, he, taking the email list of all the customers and sending them options for upsells, I thought was genius. And the fact that he's taking advantage of that to show the life cycle of the marketing rather than just in the front door, but once in the front door, what do you do to get beyond it? To me, that's next level.
Yeah.
Guys, if you like this video, you're also going to want to grab some free bonuses, which you can get at our website, Beyond Agency Profits. To make it easy for you, I've put the links to it in the description of this video, as well as pinned in the top comment. And we've got a couple of awesome things. This is what you'll get after you sign up. You get some of our best training, how we're closing clients over Loom videos, how we sometimes sign clients that is not a misprint for under $5 US, how to demonstrate your value in like amazing ways, trainings, how to have your clients write the best copy of your life, how we're closing without phone calls, campaigns that we've generated for clients that have done over $100,000, as well as scripts you can use to get conversations going with clients in under 10 minutes. All you got to simply do is go there, enter your name and email address, and then this is what you'll see on the other side. So if that's interesting to you, make sure to click the links below, and I will see you on the other side.